Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. And Bitcoin's been consolidating in the low 90s, pretty similar to what we spoke about or what we talked about on Thursday. There's some Fed drama going on. We'll talk about that. And we'll check out the charts on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's start there. Okay, should be seeing my Bitcoin chart. We're on the day
Yes.
chart. Thank you. And yeah, right between the 20 and the 50-day EMAs on the Bitcoin chart, still well below the 200. But it looks like our range since about November, 94 on the upside, about 85 on the downside. So that's about the range between 85 and 94,000 on Bitcoin. I'd like to see a strong break and a charge towards a 100,000 again. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get that. On Ethereum, the structure looks pretty similar, right between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, hanging around 3,100, well above the 2,500 floor I've drawn in, but seems to bounce off that 32, 3,300 resistance when it hits that. So a ways to go there. And then on Twitter slash X, I'm seeing news about the Trump administration and escalating its criticism of the Fed. There's something about a rehab project and whether that's going to be approved. And that sort of evolved into some sniping back and forth between the president and Jerome Powell. So the market generally is concerned about the lack of, well, the Fed is not supposed to be political. It always is to some degree because the president appoints the chairman. But the market's been concerned about the Fed becoming more political than it should be. So we'll see how that plays out. We've got the CPI numbers coming out, I think tomorrow. So that could have an effect on the macro things as well. So this week could be tricky as far as I'd say any swing trading. I think most day trading philosophies will be intact, and we'll look at those. But that's the market overall I see. Anyone have anything to contribute? Okay. Let's go over to the first of the free sources I like to use to find coins that I'm tracking. That's crypto bubbles. And you can see by the color makeup of the bubbles, mostly red. Chili's is up about 7%. We'll look at that. Dash up 6. These are older projects. XMR about 7. So yeah, we'll look at some of those and see if there's anything we want to put an alert on to follow. I've got Chili's chart already good to go, and it has pushed its resistance, looks like, to above 5 cents. So this one's looking pretty good if you can catch it, say below 50 or below 20. And I've got an alert set to let me know if it breaks back below 80, I can maybe short that. Or if it does this, dips below the 20, breaks back up, and that could be a long trade. When those things happen, I look at Bitcoin too to see what it's doing. And if those are in line with each other, and I like what I see, I tend to take those trades. So I've already got an alert on the RTI, but I'll go ahead and show you how I did that. Right click, condition, change to entering a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close, leaves it on all day. Um, Expiration in February. I tend to turn these off, around between 6 and 8 p.m. Message, TradingView remembers the last few entries I make, so I usually use the information source. Notifications, notify an app on my smartphone, toast notification, which is a pop-up on my laptop, play a sound also on my laptop, and there's a few to choose from here. So click create and you're good to go, but I already have that one, so I'm going to leave it alone for now. Let's look at a swing trade as well. I haven't done many of these lately, but we'll go over to the hour chart. And we've currently got a buy signal on the SuperTrend. Trendilo LSMA, which I use for confirmation, is pointing up, but we're at resistance for this time frame. Let's look at a longer time frame. We're also at resistance on the 4-hour chart. 8-hour, the same. Day chart, the same. So I don't really see a setup on a swing trade unless it breaks through resistance with some strength. So if it gets up to maybe 5.5 cents, you can set an alert, price alert up here. That's 5.3 cents, say 0.55. And, confirmation, maybe call it that. Notifications, you might want to use a different one than whatever you choose for your day trades, and then click create. You're off to go to see if Chili's establishes a new resistance. So, and if so, if it breaks through with some force, that could be a trade that's running away, and we like those. So, all right. So that's Chili's as a swing trade. Let's look at one more on crypto bubbles. And what else? Stacks is here. I like that one. Okay. I'd sorted this column to find the top movers. Those that are dumping the hardest are also here with a slightly different sort. So if you're looking for something to short, you can look through this. Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, some other older projects. But I'll stay on the long side for now. Monero, let's look at that one. Actually, I think I'm in a short on this one that took yesterday. And had to make multiple purchases to keep it alive. All right, this one's been trending up. Here on the day trading layout. We're above the 80 on the RTI. And it's a dip here that was a fake out. Yeah, this one's been above the 80 for quite a while. Yeah, it did make a dip down here on Friday and then made a really nice recovery. Yeah, 13% in about a day and a half. So it's a pretty good day and a half trade. But it doesn't look likely that it's going to dip that far. Maybe you set an alert on the 50. If you want to play it safe, you can do the 80-20. I think I'll do that one. Add alert on the RTI after a right click and entering a channel. 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close message, crypto bubbles, and notification. Yeah. And there we go. My rectangle set up. So if it breaks down below the 80, I'll consider a short. If it keeps going down, dips below the 20 and comes back up, definitely consider a long on this one. Okay, so that's the day trade on XMR, Monero. On the hour chart for our swing trade setup, looks pretty similar what we just saw in Chili's. It's at a high for this range on the hour chart. On the 4 hour, even more. And again, we've got the buy signal from SuperTrend, Trendilo pointing almost straight up. And we're at a recent high for this. Even the day. Look at the week. Even the week. Is this an all-time high? Yeah, so this is an all-time high for Monero. I actually read that somewhere. So we're in uncharted waters here, folks. But if this breaks through here, say around 650 or so, that could be another runaway coin. So set your alerts accordingly. All right, so that's XMR and crypto bubbles. Let's look at another one of our sources, Coin Gecko, which will have some overlap with this. And we'll sort by 24 hours. And let's see. Let's see, pump.fun. Look at that one. Okay. It's on Coinbase. So we'll look at that chart. Hanging around here in the middle, no ends land. Got an alert on Doge. My friend Craig told me a couple years ago that on the 13th of the month, Doge tends to make a move. So set that alert. Let's look at it actually. And it's been hanging around the 20, just broke back up, but we've had fake outs here before. But I think I'm gonna take it. I've had good luck with this trade. But I prefer to short Doge usually than long it, but okay. What's Bitcoin doing? That's the day chart. Let's go to the 15 chart. Yeah, sideways, but a couple green candles. All right, so I'm in Doge on a long. I'm trying to get 1.5% move on the chart, 10x leverage. So we'll see if I get that 15% sometime today. All right, go back to pump.fun. And no, it's not doing that. Okay, let's try something else. Bring this back. We'll look at, we were looking at Coinbase before. And so, yeah, when it broke below the 20, it made some nice moves a couple times last week. So if it dips again, breaks back up, last time it did it, it was right around here, and 9%. 9% is a great day trade. So that happens again, you may want to consider that. And if you're not trading on leverage or trading both directions, you just want to make spot trades and trade long, you can just go crossing up on the 20 or the 50, and the rest is the same. You can go ahead and set that alert. Okay. And as a swing trade, we have a buy signal, a Trendilo pointing up. Candle action is mostly sideways and down. So I don't really like that setup. On the 4 hours, about the same. 8 hour. 8 hour, we've got some room to move, but I'm not sure if you want to be in this long. So the buy signal just triggered. Trendilo is green and to the red zone, 22% in 33 days. Not bad, but not sure if I'd want to take this one or not. So kind of on the fence on this as a swing. I like it a little better as a day trade. All right, so let's move on. And we will look at let's sort this the opposite way. So these are coins that have been beaten down. So you could argue that they're going to continue to trend down or they're due for a recovery. Like Polygon here made this move up, then trending down. It might bounce back up again. Let's check it out. POL poll. Spot Bybit. And we'll try that one. It's the Bybit chart. It's an exchange I trade on the most. Let's go back to the day trading layout. So this one, at least by our parameters, is a go. It dipped below the 20 and just broke back up. These two candles here. Retrace 4.5% there to that resistance. This one is about 5.5, and then to the red zone over 9%. So this one's been volatile lately. Could be a good long trade, a spot trade. So if you don't trust this, if you think it's a fake out, you want to do it again, to dip and break above again, you can set the kind of alerts I've shown you already on some other coins. So yeah, I like this as a day trade at the moment. I kind of wish I hadn't taken that Doge trade, but anyway, let's look at this as a swing. So on the hour chart, we're still in a sell with the Trendilo pointing down. Candle action is sideways. So don't like this that much. Yeah, I think it's going to be the same on the other time frames. So if you want to catch the next move back up, which probably happen around here somewhere, and then 13% in a day, that's a great swing trade. Right click on the SuperTrend, and you can leave the direction change if you want to go both directions. If you want to do a spot trade trending up, choose the buy option and message whatever you want. Notifications, I usually go with a different one for my swing trades. handbell. So that's the alert on Polygon. All right, interesting setup there. So let's go to our last free source that we usually look at, which is CoinMarketCap, their community page, which has some well, what the community thinks, what we know is sentiment. So on the bullish side, Caspa say you can see the list here. I did an alert on XRP yesterday. Solana's in the top 10. Sui, Avalanche, Doge. So these are all pretty good contenders to follow. Let's look at AVAX. This is one I trade from time to time. So this one is about to break above the 20. So this one's almost ready. And then you'd have resistance here, 2.3%, into the red zone, 3%. Both good day trades, especially on leverage. So I like the Polygon setup a little better than this, but you can set your alert on RTI and catch the next move about 20. The dip below 80 was really good, and it did it a couple times. So here on Sunday, a dip of 2%, and again 2%. So I think trading both directions on this could be useful. I've already got line set for the day, but you might want to trade both directions on this one, or at least set up the alert accordingly. On the actually, let's go to the swing trade layout. Okay. Well, this is the best swing trade layout we've seen. We've got a buy signal. It's in the green zone, but we don't have the Trendilo LSMA on our side yet. Once that curves around, probably around here somewhere, 3%. Well, the retrace isn't very profitable. It's only about 5.5% to the red zone. Just less than I want on a swing trade. Let's go to a longer time frame. 4-hour chart, no. 8-hour chart. Yeah, none of these are ready. Well, the day chart has a buy signal in the green zone, Trendilo pointing up. So for a longer swing, 128% in 100 days. Longer than I care to be in a trade, but I like that. It's more than 1% a day. So that's pretty good. I'd probably consider this day chart if I were more of a swing trader, but all right, we'll look at one more on crypto community, and let's look at XRP. So this one is in the middle of the RTI, so it has been for a while. It did a nice short when it broke above and then dipped below the 80. Did a nice run up when it dipped below the 20 and then broke back above. So we like this as a yeah, hasn't quite pushed through on the break above 20 recently. So maybe you set an alert on this and wait for the next dip, or you can get in now since it did break above and try to make it back to the red zone. You know, just under, right around 2%. That's a pretty good day trade. So that's one you might want to either take now or wait for the next dip and retrace. Okay, on the swing trade, might be better candidate for that. Yeah, this setup looks pretty good. We've got a buy signal. Trendilo, well, it just went against us. It's now in the red. So Trendilo is not alert friendly. So you might want to just set a price alert here around 208. So if it breaks above 208, most likely the Trendilo will follow it and get a swing trade. Now, 9%, the top of the red zone. Kind of on the fence on that one, but at least the structure looks pretty good. We just need to get a stronger move to push that Trendilo up. And this one could be a worthy swing trade option. So that's about all I have for my cruise through the free trading options, what they're recommending. You guys have any coins you want to look at? All right. Well, I'll wrap it up here. If you're watching on the recording, thank you for doing that, though I'd rather see you live on Monday and Thursday nights. On the recording, please check out the opportunities listed in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. I will see you guys on Thursday night / Friday morning, and you have a good trading week until then. Bye.